Hi, my name is Selema Masekela. I'll say it for you one more time. Selema Masekela. And you are listening to the What Shapes Us podcast. Welcome, friends, to another episode of the What Shapes Us podcast. I am your host, Selema Masekela. This is the podcast where we talk about the incidents and accidents that shape rad people into who they are. And today, we are lucky. We have royalty in the building. The pride of North Kakalaka. Snowboarding's finest son, the one and only Zeb Powell in the building in Los Angeles, California. Hey.
What's good?
My
Thank
guy.
you for having me.
What do you mean? Thank you for your schedule. Like people think that I'm busy, right? And I consider myself busy. But then I look at your schedule or when we're texting and you're like, "Oh, I'm in Sweden. I'm in Europe and getting some preseason in the Alps." Like your schedule's insane. So when I even made the ask out to your team,
Yeah.
to your handlers, they were like, "That sounds impossible, but we'll try." And then they came back and they said, "Young Zebulon says he'll be there."
Yeah, they definitely know how crazy it is. I mean, because they do handle it all. This trip was actually pretty last minute and got scrambled like even today. Like I'm going to New York tomorrow now, but I honestly almost cut Cali out completely, and the only reason I really kept it in was because we were I was gonna stay because I was going to San Fran. We're flying out of San Fran to China next. And here we go with all the flying, okay? Make it make sense. But yeah, we're flying to China from San Fran. They booked the flights early. And I didn't have much to do this week, so I was like, oh, I'll just go hit the APC, like train a little bit, chill.
For the people at home, what's the APC?
The APC is the Red Bull Athlete Performance Center. Shouts out Red Bull.
Boom. When you say like when it's got initials, that means it's a real like exclusive.
Yeah, but it's also like nonchalant exclusive because it's like APC. Oh yeah, they hit the APC.
What happens at the APC?
The APC, it's literally a blessing. It's like a blessing to have for any athlete ever.
Highest levels of
training,
everything, recovery.
They got PTs, they got orthopedics, they got a mental health coach, like head coach. They got trainers, nutritionists. Like the whole 9 yards for what you need.
Wow.
So it's the best. It's so sick. And I haven't been in a minute. So I was like, oh my God, I have time to hit this place and like make it make sense. I was like, hell yeah. And also I can do so shouts out Red Bull and APC. And it's the best place to go. That'll be rehab too. I can go on and on. But yeah, I was hitting my people up. Hayes, I was talking to her about doing that. She's like, oh, yo, Selema's in LA. Would you like to get on the podcast? And I'm like, yes, sign me up. Let's go. Finally. Like, so I had to.
We appreciate it, bro.
Yes, of course.
Appreciate it. When you look at your life, the schedule of your professional snowboard life now at 24 years of age, compared to where it was, let's say 6 years ago in 2018, what's the difference?
2018. I thought I was traveling a lot then. I think like statistically I was literally traveling a lot then, but now it's is different now. And I mean, I guess wow. Yeah, so I was traveling then, but like
Not like that.
I know, because I guess the biggest indicator of that, now that I'm looking back on it, like, so back then I had an apartment, and then I think pretty much, I think I won X Games and got signed to Burton, and then it was just like,
Boom.
like
One X
what?
game. 2020.
Signed to Burton
2020.
2021?
Yeah, it was late 21.
I want to say I had a mask on, like maybe one of my
Yeah.
like welcome to the teams clips.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Close. Either way though, yeah. Like started traveling so much. And like so much to the point where I was like looking back on how much I was spending on my apartment and was like, why am I doing this? My bad. Got the phone on. But I was like, why am I
Paying rent?
Like I'm only here. I was like only there for 3 months out of the year, I think. And I was like, yeah, this.
So presently, you don't have an apartment.
So yeah, I don't have an apartment. I haven't had an apartment for 3 years now. Pretty much. Remember the
Big
super
bag.
wall, the super wall. Like,
Yes.
At a Peace Park.
Yes.
I think it was right after or right before that I moved out.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, I haven't had a house since.
To travel with you is to really appreciate how unhoused you are. Like your bags are giant. You're watching you like take advantage of an opportunity to do laundry is insane. And I realized like, oh yeah, no, this kid doesn't have a place to live. Like the road is his home.
Yeah. No, like a lot of people can't comprehend that either. Because it's like, people are like, it's one of the most classic. People are like, oh, your bags. Or like they'll pick it up like, oh, like your bag's so big. I'm like, yeah, it's my house. Like I'm not going back anywhere after this. Like, so the way I pack my bag is planned based off of how long I'm gonna be on the road, or like the next place I'm gonna be at a place where I have my clothes or keep said clothes, which is so. Yeah, it's pretty much.
So you keep things in different places, like different friends' houses?
Yeah, there's little sweet pots around the US. There's shouts out to Peter, my manager.
Peter Cirilli, aka
Cirilli Photo. You see it.
Dang.
You see it.
So he processes your boxes.
Basically. And it's the most convenient too because he helps me with shoots. He comes and like, does the thing with me.
Right, films and shoots.
So if he like, usually he's the one who's like addressing and making sure we get these boxes in general, which usually have boards or important stuff we need for shoots. So it's best for him to get it. But yeah, he'll grab the stuff and like meet me wherever we are and like hand me new stuff, and the rest of it stays there. So then I'll go back and either drop stuff off or pick stuff up. And yeah, it's funny. I was talking to my friend today about I was at his old house. It literally used to be basically like a Zeb shopping center at the basement. Like he had a little drawer for like crab grabs and like stomp pads and stickers. Like had more drawers for like binding parts. Had a board like pile, extra bindings, like 32 box of hoodies, gloves. And then next from over, it was like a hanging rack of clothes, an old suitcase full of clothes, another like 2 snowboard bags, like Avalanche, like Power Gear, and then just like another travel bag. And I would come back to his house, decompress, and then we'd be leaving that morning or the next day, and I would just be walking, like he'd already be asleep, and I'd just be walking around the house like up and down, Like, I need this, I need this, I need this. Oh, we need this. I don't like this shirt. I want to switch this hoodie. Oh, I need one more of these.
And you're not a random person when it comes to how you dress, both on snow and off snow. Like you're thinking about fits.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I like to coordinate at least a little bit on the mountain. So, and then off the mountain for sure. So, yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. I have too much clothes too. Like, so many people send me clothes, and it's fire. Like I love it, but then it's just I'm terrible at decision making. So I'll just literally lay so much out in the room when I am back at a house, or like one of my places where I can like see stuff that or like can switch out my clothes. I'll just like lay out the stuff and just like look. I'm like, okay, I gotta think like a month or two in advance. Like what outfits am I not gonna get bored of? What is gonna be like something I want to wear all the time? What like colors coordinate together? Because sometimes I'll put a like shirt in and it's cool, but it just doesn't go with anything. So it's just like taking up weight and space.
Right.
And weight and space matters a lot for me because
So if you send me clothes, please make sure that they are fire.
yeah, make that dope. Or I mean, also it's funny too. It's pretty funny way to like see how I operate. Because sometimes I'll like have like I'll get pants. I'm like, hell no. Like throw them off immediately. Hell no. But then like 3 months later, 4 months later, like the leaves change or like, my mood changes. And I'm like, damn, like, yo.
Where'd these come from?
These are fire. And then I wear them
nonstop.
like, run them. And I'm like, oh, I was tripping. Also, I'm kind of new to like the whole style thing, like colors and stuff. So like all that stuff's kind of new. So I'm like trying new stuff all the time.
You say new to the whole style concept. Like, did you not have style?
I mean, I don't know. I definitely
interested in it.
I just like wasn't interested in it. I just kind of started as a little snowboard kid,
right?
Little snowboard skate kid.
Yeah,
didn't really care about.
Yeah, you look pretty. You look pretty regular, pretty gem pop.
Yeah, little snowboard skate kid just running around and doing kickflips and stuff.
Then you won X Games. You got famous.
Yeah,
and people started sending you stuff. Maybe like a stylist shows you some things.
Well, dude, yeah, it was.
Please tell how you got a stylist story.
Oh, I mean, that was definitely the start of it all. So I mean, yeah, for everybody, he was looking like literally. I was like a little skate kid. So a little skate kid, I was like rocking with Dime and Palace, which is cool. But I didn't really care to like spend money on stuff. I was like, I gotta save my money, and like I don't like what I have is fine. I'm just chilling. I wear sweatpants and shirts. And not even hats. I don't like hats. This is before I liked hats. Before I got on Red Bull. But yeah, then I won X Games, and then then went to the next level, and we didn't even realize that I was like the first black snowboarder to win X Games, and then my PR manager, the Queen Becky.
Yeah.
She was like, "Wait a second, like you won X Games. Like what the is going on? Like nah, this need like we can't let like this is
we gotta upgrade you and
you different now."
Yeah, and it was a massively impactful moment.
Yeah,
way because before you won X Games in 2020, you were slowly building this online community of people who, I remember the first time that I saw you riding. I think it was Mount Hood, 2019.
Yeah. I gotta go look at that. I can't believe it was 2019.
I think it was 2019 was the first time that I saw you ride, and you had a clip that summer that a few clips that reverberated around the world. But I remember the first time that I saw you, I think it was that transfer down to like a step down to a big round mailbox rail. And I just remember, there's that Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's sitting on the couch and he's like,
Oh,
that was me.
like he like puts his drink down.
He puts his drink down. He's like, hey, over there. That was that was me watching you for the first time on online on Instagram. And I think I just got, it was in my suggestion box that I should know who this kid is. And I literally, I was that that DiCaprio meme. I was like, there he is. We've been waiting to see him, because your style of snowboarding, I just remember it spoke to me, and I was like, I don't know who this kid is, but like that's him. I said to a friend, I said, I think I just saw the Great Black Hope of snowboarding in real life. His name is Zeb Powell, and we gotta find him.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was.
And then everything that you posted, I started doing a deep dive, etc. And I realized, and the funny thing was, looking in the comments, everyone was responding the same way that I was responding in your comments. And your snowboarding is such that people who've never seen snowboarding before, or like who don't get down with snowboarding, they watch you ride and they're like, oh, I want to know what that is. It is a personal expression that doesn't look planned.
Yeah.
And looks like it's, like any artist, you feel like you're watching somebody create in real time, but the stakes are very high.
Yeah.
And as dangerous and as like stuntman as it looks, you make it look like you're having the most fun at all times.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it though. It's so fun. I really love this and I don't know. I mean, everything I do, it truly does like put a smile on my face. I'm just vibing like the whole time. And I mean, yeah, I guess I don't really approach it like art, but I treat it like art, if that makes sense. Like I just kind of do me. But then there's some parts of it I'm just like, I mean, I guess I could explain X Games like that. It's like Knuckle Huck. Like Knuckle Huck. Like, yeah, I want to do the dopest tricks. I want to win, of course, but I also want to do me. I have to compromise the intention of like the mere intention of winning to do me. And that's not, and that doesn't hurt at all. Like, just like, I'm like, hell no, I'm not here to like do the most spins. I'm here to literally do what the I want to do and how. Because like, why would I want to go that way? Everyone's going that way. Every single person's going that way. Why would I want to do that too? Like, I'm gonna do me, and like, I can't compromise that. So
that's a really powerful thing though to have like within you.
Yeah,
because whether it was it wasn't your intention, but that choice to not follow the herd has really set you apart and by yourself.
Yeah.
Like someone sees you in there and like, oh, that's Zeb.
Yeah. I think also it's just the body. I think the way I just move my body, I think is a lot. I don't know. I guess that like mind combined with body makes it, just kind of makes it into art like that.
Yeah.
Which I can't really gas my shit up. I just kind of do it.
Can you take us through sort of, because like you said, in a competition setting, or maybe even at the top of a jump in a session, someone's like, all right, I'm going to do such and such, such and such. Like, that's what I'm going to try. You don't do that. So what's your dialogue as you're dropping in to go and hit something like, let's say, Knuckle Huck?
Okay. I'm at the top. From a scientific point, I'd say it is my ADD. That's definitely part of the artist or whatever. But so I have a million tricks in my head. Or not a million. I just have like, a few that I think would look cool and a few I just want to try. And this is literally my thought process too. Like while I'm looking at the knuckle and I'm like, damn, yeah, I want to do that trick. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that trick. Wait, but this trick's sick. No, wait, I want to do this trick. No, I want to do that. No, I want to do this trick. And then I drop in, so I'm thinking all of that, and then like from the outside, I'm just like looking, and someone's like, "What are you gonna do?" I'm like, "I don't know, I don't know." And then I'm just like, "F it though," and just drop in, because I don't know. I'd rather I think I know how to land on my feet. I'm pretty confident. I'm gonna be alright if shit happens. I wish there was a wooden knock on, whatever. But and like it's like, well, let me just literally throw paint at a wall. And that's kind of what it comes down to. I never really explain it like that because I don't know. I really don't explain it like art.
You just did.
I'd really just be vibing. Like,
yeah, but you just did. You just said you throw paint at.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying I never explain it like that, but it's just the easiest way to like tell you.
And it makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
that makes perfect sense because that's what it feels like watching you, but not like random paint, but like someone who's like.
Yeah, and it's funny too.
And like there's the weight of the brush, and how much paint to put on, and where you would like to hit the wall, but you're not precious about everything working out perfectly.
And it's funny too because sometimes it looks crazy and people like that, but sometimes it looks like really dope to me and people like that, but they never express it. Or my filmer likes it but never expresses it. Sometimes I really do. Like, cause sometimes shit's insane. But sometimes I'll look back at a clip like maybe even a month later because I never got to see it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, yo, like, why did no one show me this? Like, I need to do this again. And then I fly to the next place and forget it. And then it's just like, it's funny how like the tricks are really like unique and like kind of can get lost in time almost, because it's like truly like an ADD brain as far as like for me to really figure something out and like keep it in my brain and have it on lock, I need to write it down and like to make it like comprehend. So when it's just bouncing around in my brain, like I can't, like, unless I've seen it a million times, know how it looks, and like filmed it, like was stacking that clip like a million times with a friend trying to get the line right, I can just lose a trick until I see that video that's in my million like fold, like in my million like clip camera roll,
right,
from like 2015 or whatever. Like I'm not gonna remember it. It's like, and it's just on to the next one, and like how else can, like, it's so crazy explaining it, and like that's just really how it is. So sometimes I do so much crazy shit, sometimes the cameraman doesn't even know it's crazy, so I don't see it, and then I'm like, when really it's like I was really onto something there, and like could build on it.
A lot of people, in whether it's in free skiing or freestyle skiing or snowboarding, like people see one person do a trick and it's like, okay, I have to go and learn that trick.
Mm-hmm.
I think you said something to me that blew my mind earlier this year. You were like, oh, I've never done a double cork. Was it a double? Wait,
I never spun over 1080.
That's what it was. Right. And I remember I started laughing, and you said it so straight face. You're like, I've never spun more than 1080, and you're like, why would I spin more than 1080?
It's honestly a pretty funny concept too. It was pretty crazy. I said that. I'll get back to my exclamation.
Yeah.
But I said that because X Games is so down with me and what I do that I end up on, what are they called? these press conferences, and I'm here next to the Eileen Goose and Scotty James, and
that's what it was.
Yeah, and they're all just talking about like what they do and how and progression, and I'm over here. I said like I remember like the only way to explain it or to like get to my point was like, yo, like I've never spun over 1080, and look, I'm here. I don't know why I'm here, and they were just like the room kind of went silent for a second.
That was a pin drop moment.
Yeah, and the room went silent for a second.
I was hosting that Q&A, and the room went silent, and I think I just started laughing.
Yeah, and then our Scotty was like, "Must be nice."
He did.
He's like jealous. And I was
like, that's
felt naked for a second.
But there are so many riders that like put this pressure on themselves that like, they'll see someone drop a clip, right? Like and be like, oh, somebody just added another, 180 or 360 to a thing, and like we're talking about. I'm so bad at the math. Like,
yeah, I think we're at
2160s, right? So if you were feeling good about your 1880,
yeah,
now it's like, oh, you can only do an 1880, bro. You're not even pro, bro.
Yeah, you can actually do an 1880 and not be pro.
Yeah, for real.
It's so weird. So weird.
But I think it's what's made you endearing to people who've never done the sport, because you're spinning less with all this art and creativity. People who've been doing the sport for a long time, who harken back to the style days, right? So they see you as someone who's carrying on the legacy of style first, and whilst at the same time, like those kids that can do all of the spins, you might not be able to do all of the spins, but they can't do what you can do either. And it makes for a very interesting. You're like, as an MC, you're that rapper that like, oh, nobody can duplicate the flow and nobody sounds like him.
Yeah.
In a world where, if you look at the state of hip hop now, everybody pretty much has the same flow, is running themselves through some form of an auto-tune.
Yeah.
Wow. And also therefore sound the same.
I never thought of it like that. Holy shit. That is kind of what snowboarding is, right?
It really is. And then you look at the rappers who stand out, right? You can look at somebody like these days. You can look at like Kendrick. Nobody sounds like Kendrick, right? Everyone's terrified to try and copy Kendrick because then you're gonna expose yourself, right?
Yeah.
Or you look at like La Russell in the Bay or Doechii. Like these are people who chose to be like, you know what? And that's what you represent for snowboarding today. And it's a brave choice.
Yeah.
Because, there's plenty of at the label, they're like, hey, dude, imagine if you were doing that. And you're like, no, I'm good. This is what works.
It's pretty funny too, because I'm pretty straight faced about it too. I'm just like, I'm just doing what I do.
Yeah.
Having a blast.
And you've maintained that. Where do you want to take this, Zeb? It's been already like an incredible dream ride. But you're still just 24.
24, yeah.
Years old. Where do you want to take this?
So I mean, I guess the base of it all is just like build the YouTube. I want to build my YouTube and like just make videos, because we just have so much fun all the time. And then we tried to like have it be consistent, but learning to operate on this level of traveling, like sponsored like responsibilities and like all the things, it's like it's hard to keep it up.
You got a team.
Yeah. I think I know where I'm going, but it's just like how to explain it. It's like
you'll know when you get there.
Yeah.
And you're doing it now, and you're pointed in the right direction. And my favorite part is that the one thing that has remained consistent is that you're still bathing in the joy of it.
Oh yeah.
And it's hard. I see you. You know, we talk obviously on a regular basis, and I see the struggle sometimes of the manner in which I think people, you know, obviously they see the clips and they see the contest, but the behind the scenes, once the thing that you love becomes your profession, you are pulled in a million different directions.
Yeah, that's the craziest part. I was just actually reading an interview from that I did last year. It just came out in Snowboarder, and I was talking to T-Bird about it. And yeah, he was just like, "How are you like this season?" And like, how's the season been? It's been crazy, huh? And like, you calling it quits soon? And I think it was like, I'm pretty sure people were still riding for sure.
Like April, May.
It was right after Culture Shifters.
Okay, so yeah, April.
And I had stopped snowboarding then. Like, my season was over. Like, I was cooked. I was like, I'm done. Like literally had just done so much. I was like, yeah, that was just cooked. I finished with this TDI trip, and I remember like I was on the fence about going because I was so cooked already, but I ended up going. I remember I pulled up for that day, rode, went and got my bags from Marcus's car. He took me there.
Shout out to Marcus, Burton team manager.
Yeah, the homie. He took me there. He was like, "You're so tired. Why are you even going?" I'm like, "I gotta go. I gotta go." So yeah, I went and got my bag from his car. Luckily I was like with Icon, and they had like got me a room. And I remember TDI was having like a celebration party. I remember walking like through the courtyard, like seeing it, and I was just so like tired. Like I was almost just tunnel vision, just like I need to go check in. Like so I went like checked in my bags, like walked to my room. Like I got 2 big snowboard bags, plus my travel bag too. Like doing the travel thing. Walked them there. It was like pretty deep walk. Got to my room, kicked my snowboard boots off, and woke up at like 12 at night. And that was at like, I think I was walking to my room at like 4:35. Like woke up at 12 at night, and I was like, oh, I'm like major cooked. And then I rode for the next 2 days, and was just like passing out the second I got back every day. Like,
and that's when you knew.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, we're done snowboarding. And I remember I felt so bad. Katie, she works at Icon. She's the dopest. It was like my first time meeting her, but she was like, "Can you please stay?" I'm like, I can't. I'm so dead. Like I'm gonna mentally crash.
I just love the fact that you have that kind of awareness. Yeah. To know when to tap out.
Oh, dude.
Because that's going to be a major ingredient for your longevity.
Oh, yeah, the mental.
And so many people don't. So many riders feel like they just gotta, I call it disposable hero syndrome.
Yeah.
Where gives you wings, winter edition.
Shout out to the wings.
Shout out to the wing to the wing community, Red Bull. But having that awareness is what's going to make a difference for your overall longevity, so that you can continue to love it and have the joy in the thing.
Yeah,
because I'm sure you know plenty of other people who you're like, oh, you don't love this anymore.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've had people I can see it in their eyes, and or they come to me kind of talking about it. But a crazy story about that. Like, I think it was like 2 years ago. Like me and Peter, like my manager, like just kind of getting up and running with it all. I think it was our second year really operating, and there was like so much on the plate. I think it was like early season. No, it was right before X Games, I think. And we had done a lot already, like a lot. It was my birthday, and I was with one of my best friends. One of my best friends that came up to hang with me from school. And I remember waking up that morning and just like going to sit down. And my friend's like, "Big day today." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "It's your birthday." And I was like, wow. And like I started crying. Then I was like, I like crashed. Cause I was like, oh my God, like this is like insane. Like different level. So wow. Yeah, from then on, like we definitely like tightened up the ship on like just regulation of what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, like intention and everything. So everything is very calculated nowadays, and like just energy wise, like what for and how for and shit. But yeah, that was an eye opener to like moving differently. Like that was a crazy one.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, I was just eating pancakes. Peter was making pancakes for us. My friend's like, it's like big day today. I'm like, what? Like,
what
happy?
Are you
It's
about?
like it's your birthday, and I just started bawling. I was like, oh my God. Yeah,
I'm proud of you that you've again that you've taken those moments and then plow through them, but find the awareness and be like, okay, how do I adjust?
Yeah,
that's big, man. Those are big lessons. I'm sure people who are listening are like, that's everyone. That's just again, that's the behind the scenes that people.
That's you don't see.
Just the you do not see. You already have been to Europe. Snow's not even really falling in America yet, and you've already been to Europe twice.
Yeah.
One to train and to ride.
Yeah. Up and back.
How would you describe Sweden, by the way, in a week, in a sentence?
Holy shit. That place is beautiful. I feel like for the people who haven't been to Sweden, it's not just beautiful. Like everyone there is beautiful, especially the girls. Like shouts out the girls there.
I talked to you before you got to Sweden. I think you were on your way, and I was like, "Oh, have you been before?" And you're like, "Nope." And I was like, "All right, well."
Dude,
you're gonna have an experience.
It's actually insane. I remember we were in one of the restaurants. It was like the local McDonald's, but doper, like way doper. Everyone goes there late night. And my friend Alex, I think he went up to her chick and was like, "You're pretty," and she was like, "I know." I didn't see it happen, but I was just like, "Oh, damn." They know. They know here. It's a different level. It's ridiculous, dude.
She said, "I know."
Sorry for putting you out there, Alex. But
ACAC, that's amazing. And
hey,
yeah,
that's confidence right there. I
great.
couldn't do it. I was just like, I was more focused on my sandwich, chicken sandwich.
That's dope. Well, my dude, this has been truly, truly, truly a wonderful conversation. I am grateful I'm grateful to call you my nephew, my little brother, my friend. It's been a wonderful 5 years to be able to first get to know you and now get to work with you through what we do together at Burton, getting to make this film together with Warren Miller. I can't thank you enough, and I'm excited for this season, man. I'm excited for what you've got planned and for your continued growth. One more question. Someone asked me to ask you this. They were like, ask Zeb if he could ever see himself. I love what he does in Knucklehuck, but his style of riding, will we ever see it in slopestyle?
I mean, I'd ride slopestyle. I can't really compete with anyone in slopestyle as far as. I mean, I think that's the cool part where I've like kind of broke the system is everyone thinks I can be in slopestyle, but y'all don't realize I don't spin over 1080, so I'm kind of already out of the race. Like these is spinning like literally 16. It's 16 and up.
Right.
Like I feel like X Games is like, I don't know, it's a little bit more mellow. Like you can hold it down with some dope 16s.
Which is such a crazy thing to say casually.
You have to you can't. Not you can, like you have to.
Yeah.
Or you have to do like be Renee and do like insane double rodeos like that no one's ever seen before. Which I guess that could be my route. That's the only way I'm gonna stand.
All right.
But
you're saying there's a chance.
I mean, there's a chance. But I just like I feel like I'm just doing my own thing and it's working so well.
All right. Well, that one was for the people. That was that was an ask. So now you have the answer, folks. Okay, let this man be.
If I don't compete in slopestyle, you'll at least see clips from me on the slopestyle course.
Boom.
And I think that might be, yeah. I want to get on the big board on the slopestyle course.
Yeah.
I did a run.
The 205.
Yeah, I did a run with Mark McMorris last year. It was fire. Like he kind of got me. I think I hadn't dropped in yet. But he was like, "Yeah, you want to follow me?" I'm like, "Sure," because those jumps are huge. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know about like jump testing and like how jumps go, but that's scary to hit. Like, you know, without anyone telling you the speed or anything, you need like calculation for this stuff. So that plus being on a board that goes 10 times faster than any other board.
Right. Went on your 205.
205. Hectic.
So you're following Mark and he's giving you the speed so that you can.
Yeah. And then I'm like following his speed, but also like having to scrape a little bit. But then I was hitting the jumps, and if you don't do a trick on that board, it's a sail. So you have to spin on the board, on the big board.
You got to spin on the big board to not die. Yes.
Literally, those jumps are so big, you have to spin on it, or else like you will start catching wind. It's crazy.
Wow.
But no one got out of film, but I did like a back 5 chicken wing on the last jump. So now I got to go back for that one and get a clip.
Go get it.
At least.
All right. So we look forward to that at X Games.
Yeah.
That's awesome. When does your board drop, by the way?
Oh, snap.
Yeah, let's shout for the people.
Oh, yeah, we got a board dropping. It's finally happening, y'all.
On Burton.
Let's go. Oh, my gosh, dude. That thing is dropping X Games.
Okay.
I gotta do a live drop. I don't even know if I was supposed to be saying this stuff, but
you are now. Hey, too late.
We're doing a live drop the night before the Knucklehuck performance. I think it's on Instagram. I'm gonna be talking about the board a little bit. Maybe you'll be present.
I will.
If you won't be running around.
If you need me, I'll be present.
Hey, let's go.
What sizes?
I think it's gonna be 157, 170, and then 205.
Let's go.
So yeah, we're gonna do a live drop, 50 signed ones right before X Games, and then you can go buy it the next day, I think.
Awesome. Congratulations, dude.
Thank you.
I know that we're gonna see the same thing in the future with clothing and boots and all the things.
That's the vision now. I just want to create more. I think that's long story short, just create, collaborate. I wrote this thing in my notebook the other day. Not the other day, it was a long time ago, but I think it is too. I think design, create, and collaborate. Like, I just wrote that huge in my notebook. It's like
bars.
Yeah.
And we will end it on those bars. Design, create, collaborate.